guys. It's Dr. Catrise Austin. We were just having a little fun behind the scenes. Welcome to Season 3, the premiere episode of the Let's Talk Smiles podcast. And I am super excited. You guys have no idea to have on this first episode my girl, my client, my friend, Lady K. Hey, Lady K, how you doing, girl?
Good. Glad to be back.
Oh, it's been so long since we had the opportunity to chat. We did your smile makeover just a little bit over a year ago. And I just realized once we did it, you kind of went your way. Life got busy. I got busy. And then we were talking about 3 weeks ago, and we were like, you know what? We need to tell the story, the Lady K story from start to finish. I want to talk to you today, and I'm sure the listeners and the viewers out there want to know. They watched you on American Idol, and one of the things that caught America's attention outside of your outstanding voice is that you went on that show with a missing front tooth. And I want to get right into it. I want to know, how did you lose that front tooth? I know you get that, you must have gotten that question a lot. Tell me about your experience with your smile. How old were you? How did it happen, girl? Talk to us.
Okay, so for all the people who thought it was a gap or I had like a huge space between my teeth or one front tooth was bigger than the other, it was not a gap. It was a missing front tooth. There was a front tooth there once upon a time, but yeah. 6, no older than 7, and my stepbrothers and my sisters and I, we were playing in my mom's backyard, and she had fruit trees. So we took all the fruit off the trees, we squished them, we stomped them, we threw them at each other, and after we ran out of fruit, my brothers, who were much older and more like athletic than us, they're boys, decided that they wanted to throw rocks, and I was along with it. I was a tomboy.
Oh my God. So from fruit to rocks.
Yeah, from the rocks was not a good idea. I got caught in the crossfire, and at the time, I had already had all of my permanent teeth. So when it chipped like 75% of my front tooth off and left just a little bit, and I had to be rushed to get an emergency root canal.
So you're like 6 or 7 having this major traumatic experience with the dentist.
Horrible.
So you had to get a baby root canal, or the tooth was pulled?
I believe it was a root canal is how I remember it being explained to me. It was nothing baby about it. There was this huge block that felt like it was about this big at the time.
Oh, how they keep your mouth open. We use that today when y'all can't keep your mouth open for a long time. That was in your mouth. And what else do you remember?
So uncomfortable. It made my jaws feel like they were locking up. I felt like I was choking on my spit. My dentist, his fingers and his hands were huge, and he was like, rough. I was scared because I'm like, I was just outside playing. Now I got this bright light in my face.
Yeah.
And for the serious real quick, and I'm sedated. I'm like leaning, and I don't know what's going on. So it's scary. And then I had lots of pain from like nerve damage and stuff from it. So it was an awful experience.
Now, did that awful experience kind of make you afraid of the dentist? Because there's a lot of people today that are afraid of the dentist because of a childhood experience.
Yes, I have been petrified of the dentist ever since then. You remember how I was when I came to you?
Yeah, I remember. I mean, you weren't that. I mean, you were nervous, but you weren't the worst that I've ever experienced by far.
Feel a whole lot comfortable, but without telling you, like I can say it now, I was like, oh my God, I was thinking about the worst everything. Like I was wrapping my mind around and anticipating just pain and agony, and it was nothing like that. So.
Did you ever have second thoughts about going through with this free smile makeover that I offered you?
From the mold kit to the, getting to Detroit, everything, I had no second thoughts. But when I got in the van to start the process.
What? You kind of thought about it?
Everything came rushing down on me like, are you sure you want to go through with this? But I was like, ain't no turning back. Like, I done got too far now. Like, I said it didn't cross my mind, but I was like, I had to suck it up. Like, it's now or never. And so I'm glad
I wouldn't. Once you showed up, I was like, it's on. It is on and popping. So I want to I want to go back into your story. Growing up, you had this missing tooth, and you didn't get it fixed until you and I met over a year ago. What was your life like growing up with this missing front tooth? Were you an introvert? Did you stay away from other kids, not interact? When you got to high school, did you were you one of the popular kids? Did you have boyfriends? I want to know, like, what was life like for you not to fix this smile, and why didn't it get fixed until now?
Early adolescent years, I think I got away with it because people just thought like, okay, maybe she's a late bloomer. She just lost her tooth late or whatever. But I questioned it. But once I got into like the preteen, teen stage, people are like, you ain't supposed to have a tooth missing this late in life. And if you did, so I'm supposed to be poking through them gums. So I got teased a lot by boys, and the teachers and stuff would brush it off as, oh, it's puppy love. They got a crush on you. But when I got older, the boys would be like, oh, you be a 10 if, you didn't have this teeth.
No, they would say that? You'd be a 10 if.
Yeah, or you were almost perfect, but that, or you'll get girls who, when Mad Day comes or whatever the case may be, you know how catty girls were in middle school.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh yeah, your teeth, this, that, and the third. So I did go through the bullying, and some of it did make me want to just like, I was upset a little bit, but when I got older, I lived with it. Like, I had no choice. I had to talk, I had to eat, I had to smile, had
And
to
then
say.
I'm assuming that you're singing, like, when did you start singing?
So I've been singing my whole life, which kind of makes this awkward for me. One of the things that I had a fear of with singing was just really getting into the songs and the notes, or just feeling them emotionally, because a fear of opening my mouth so wide that people see all of my teeth and they weren't as pleasant to look at. That kind of, to me, stopped me from having those moments to where if I needed to be sexy or if I needed to be, maybe I just, even if nobody was looking at me like that, I always, ran from those moments from my own self-consciousness.
That makes sense. And was your family not able to afford dentistry, or you didn't have the access? You just didn't know where to go?
So at the time, when I was a kid, we had Medicaid. So a lot of the stuff covered under Medicaid would have been better if I could have gotten the work done while I was younger. But I've had multiple dentists tell my mom, like, oh, her face isn't done growing, her jaw. We really don't want to do a process of restructuring her teeth until we see how they're going to look once her face is finished, shifting and forming and stuff. So by the time I guess that happens, I'm no longer on Medicaid, and then I can't afford care to get the work that I needed done. I've had dentists tell me that I had to go through multi-step process, like getting braces, and that would take 2 to 3 years, and then having my cleft vein in my mouth.
That because I had a gap, like that thing right up under there.
That cut, and they was like, you have to heal from that. We got to do this and we got to do that, and they was like, even if you had the money or the proper insurance, it still wouldn't be an overnight process. And I was like, oh my God, this is so discouraging. Like, you know what?
That's what I was going to say. It sounds like every dentist you went to discouraged you from getting it fixed. That is awful.
Yeah, and so it was like, if I can't get it fixed immediately, and y'all want an arm and a leg for me to fix it, like, it really ain't worth it. And so I just, took care of my teeth the best I could. Still went for cleanings, and those were even horrifying. But I kind of just got over it. Like, whatever. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm stuck like this. Make the best out of it.
Oh my God. Well, one of the things that I want the audience out here to know, we promised them that we would talk about affordable dental care. And yeah, you're right. I mean, if there are options, I'm thankful that you had Medicaid, some state programs that are always out there. If you are low income, I encourage you guys to just see if you qualify for some type of state or city program, and they're out there. So just definitely take the time to look into it. You would be surprised, especially since COVID, who would qualify and who would not. One of the plans that I want to share with you, and I'm actually going to pop this up here, is called the Carrington Discount Plan. If you guys are out there and you do not have any kind of dental insurance, maybe you don't qualify for Medicaid, or you're older, Medicare, and you need access to dentistry, baby, let me tell you, there's a plan out there that I have been working with, Lady K, and you know now because you recently joined this plan. It is a plan called Carrington International. The dental plan is called the Dental 500 plan. And let me tell you guys, this plan, they're not ready for this, Lady K, is $8. $8.95 a month. It will allow you to get immediate access to dentists all over the nation immediately. Like, Lady K, you sign up, right? And then you get your number right away. Right away. And then you can go to the website. Tell them how it works.
So the main part for like families, you can have a plan for up to 4 people for the $8.95. So like you can't even feed 4 people for $8.95. Let's start
right
there.
Not today. Not a Happy Meal. Not a 2-piece wing and a biscuit. No.
And you better not ask for a soda, but like when I signed up, it had January 1st, 2024, and I signed up after January 1st. So that's proven to you that this is effective immediately. Even though you have to wait for cards to come in the mail, you could just call in and get your policy number, and it's effective. Like she said, all over the network, like it's not limited to just your city or your state. Wherever you go, if you got something going on and you got to go.
You live in Alabama, but if you came to New York and you needed a dentist, you could go on the website, put in a zip code or city, and they will tell you what dentist in that area can serve you. And the cool thing is up here on the sample, you can see, what is this, like a cleaning that would normally be like $109. When you sign up for Carrington, that plan that goes down to $51. A checkup that would be $62 comes down to $25. I can't even take an Uber, Lady K, like 10 blocks in New York for $25 one way. So I'm telling you guys, this is something that you definitely want to explore. Hit that link right there, and I want you guys to check it out. Not only, I mean, if you need dental, that's great, but they have a dental plus vision plan. They have a teledentistry plan. They have a total health plan, which that's what you signed up for, right?
My favorite thing was the Carrington International doesn't just stop at dental. When I looked into total health, they had things like chiropractic care, weight loss management,
like diabetes care.
Anything wrong with your hearing and stuff like that. Like it was amazing. Like those are like specialty clinics that I know you have to have like grade A insurance for, and to know that if you work a good enough job, or if you have other insurance and you add Carrington to it, that most of the times like your insurance copays are higher than what Carrington is offering. So imagine like a double discount. And I think it said something about like medication or prescription.
Oh yeah, your prescription discount. So you can, let's just say you're in the middle of the night and you wake up with a terrible headache and you need a prescription. You can literally get on with a teledoctor and get care. So this is great, because the one thing with medicine, you have a toothache, you have a problem with your body, you have to go to urgent care. That usually means that you're going to miss work. It's going to affect your life, or your kids are going to miss school. And if you could get access virtually, priceless. So you guys check that out. I just wanted to share that resource. I'm going to drop some other resources throughout this talk. So you got to high school, you learned to deal with it. And I want to hear about your journey to American Idol. How did that happen?
So the American journey was wild because I had no intentions of signing up or auditioning. I didn't even know that at the time, it was 2021, that American Idol was even still a thing.
Right? It's been on for a minute.
Yeah, it's been on like probably since I was like 5 years old, but I stopped watching it probably when I was about 12, maybe. So it's been a minute. I had went on a social media hiatus because I was working on my everything, my life, my health, my mind, body, and soul. I went on a complete hiatus from everything. And
Wow.
to see what my fans and supporters were doing on social media, everybody's like, "Oh my God, American Idol is doing auditions. You should sign up." And I'm like, "Y'all really want to see me do this? Like, y'all are going crazy."
Wow. Was the auditions in your hometown, or did you have to go to California? How does it work?
Since it was 2021, right after
Oh, the
COVID,
pandemic. Yeah.
virtual at that time. So what we had to do was audition virtually to even be determined to go before the judges.
Okay.
Sign up. I just took the risk. I had planned on having a sound guy there to set up everything and have my audition kind of special. I didn't want to be plain Jane just sitting in front of a camera singing like everybody else was gonna do.
Yeah. You're a little
But
different.
yeah, so that fell through and I had to do a basic audition. So I bought like a music art piece and I used it on as my backdrop just to have something creative. And oddly, that was the first thing that the producers noticed. It was like, "I love the art piece." I'm like, "Good, it works." So let me um however, after I did the audition, the reaction was kind of it was like, "Okay, yeah, you may hear back from us in 3 weeks." I was like, "Yeah, whatever, they ain't calling." So I hung up my laptop and just went on about my day.
What'd you sing, by the way?
I cannot remember.
Ah,
So I did a difference. So this is what happened. I can't remember what I did for that one, but
okay.
that day, a producer reached out to me on Instagram, and she's like, "Hey, we love your singing videos. I'm gonna talk to the casting supervisor and see if we can get you in for an audition. Invite only. It's an executive audition. It's not with the wait line that I had on Zoom with the first person." So I was like, okay, a second chance to make a first impression. Let's do it.
So, do you think that first producer kind of gave the word to the second person that called you? It was
Because
just random.
random. It was
That's
ironic
crazy.
because, like I said, I really don't think if it was left up to the first producer that I would call back. But you got to think about it. They've seen so many people on Zoom that day that they're probably like, "Okay, yeah, whatever." This person specifically saw my profile. They saw more of me before even seeing me on the audition.
Okay.
What made it so weird is I was actually in California because I was about to join the military.
What? No, you weren't, girl.
Yes.
The
So when
military? Wait, what? What? The Army, Air Force? What was you gonna do?
Army or Air Force, I have to go back, but it was either Army or Air Force.
I cannot believe you're gonna do that.
I was like, I need some discipline in my life. I need to just, I want to buckle down and see what I can. I just wanted to challenge myself.
Okay.
The lady reaches back out and she says that the casting supervisor would like to audition me, and I had to put the recruiter on hold. I'm like, "Hold up, my first dream calling. Let me see what's about to happen right here and know something." So during that trip, I accidentally watched Moana, and I was like a crying adult, like, "Oh my God, this story resonates with my life so much." And I felt so empowered to just like, you know what, let's do it. And before my audition, I went and skimmed through the most recent seasons of American Idol, seeing how they're operating. Like, are they doing things like The Voice, or like have they changed any since the beginning? Just catching up, briefing.
Yeah, doing your research. I like that.
Yeah. So my goal, I immediately set my intentions, and I was like, you know what? how I would like to win, but if I don't, I at least want to make it to top 10 so I could be on Disney night. I wanted to be on for Disney night. So fast forward, I go through with my audition from with the casting supervisor, and that same day I found out that they were going to let me go through to see the judges. You had to audition virtually before you can go on to audition for the judges.
Okay.
So for them, when I got the yes, I sang Beyonce Love on Top, but I couldn't.
Woo! Wait a minute, girl. Now that's a song. That did you do the finally? Did you go all the way up there?
Modulate 50 times because we only had like a minute and 30 seconds to do it. So I got to do the first verse and the first hook, and they were impressed. Like, I did as much as I could.
Okay.
It sucks that I couldn't do those songs on the show because, having to get it clear.
Oh, the clearance. Okay.
So when I found out that I was able to go audition for the judges, I was about to turn it down again because they wanted us to be vaccinated and I was anti-vax.
Ooh, no way. Oh, and wait. You were going to possibly not do it because you did not want to get the jab.
Yes, like I called him back. I was like, you know what? Thank y'all for the opportunity. I appreciate it. I don't I'm not doing that. And he was like so adamant. He was like, I think you should give it a shot. You're worth it. You have a great voice. You have a great story. Blah blah blah. I'm like, sir, I live in Tuskegee. I don't know if you are familiar with inserted syphilis into black people, but I just with that right now. So
okay, I can understand. I didn't know you were in Tuskegee at the time, but I'm sure there were not very many people in Tuskegee, Alabama that was trying to do the vaccine. I am probably certain of this.
Like the people that are from there, like I'm not even from Tuskegee. I just landed there, trying to get housing because right before that was the time that I was homeless.
Okay.
So how I ended up in Tuskegee, I had applied for housing assistance like a whole year before this, and it took them a year to approve me. And it was so hard to find somewhere, but somewhere in Tuskegee, it was all right. And I ended up finding this humble trailer, and that was where I was. And I was happy about it because nobody really knew me in Tuskegee. Everybody knew who Lady K was by voice and song. Nobody ever really seen me because I wasn't doing videos and stuff. I wasn't happy with my smile, my weight, anything like that. So I was able to like fully work on myself in Tuskegee. I quit my job because I'm on housing assistance, so I didn't really need it.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked out so much prior to even knowing about the American Idol thing. And I felt like everything just happened in divine timing. And I ended up looking better by the time it was to go.
We're time to take. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I didn't even know that I was working towards something besides me just wanting to be happy with how I looked. And when I got vaccinated, I had to do a lot of praying and meditating and to myself, like, y'all, we about to get this vaccine in us. We've been healthy lately. It's time to fight this off, guard up. And luckily, I had no symptoms. I took a placebo, honestly. Like, I don't think it was a real vaccine. The most I had a little soreness around my shot site, but that's how I ended up on American Idol.
I am so glad that you were able to get past that one thing that you said you probably never do to give yourself a chance. And look at God. Look at how everything turned out. My goodness. I want to talk about how you and I met. Before I get into that, I want to let everybody know if you have never been trained on how to take care of your smile, I created for the top of the year a 7-day healthy smile workout challenge. Lady K, this is the time of year you were talking about how you were getting fit and how you were preparing for this opportunity. Well, I wanted to put together for the top of the year a 7-day healthy smile workout workout challenge. You're working out your bodies. You're trying to get all tight and right down here. But what about the smile? So I want to share with you guys right now my free 7-day healthy smile workout challenge. Every single day for 7 days, Lady K, when they sign up, they are going to get an email from me. It's going to be a video every single day. Let me put that up there. It is going to be a video every single day that will share with you guys how to brush properly, how to floss properly, how to rinse your mouth, clean your tongue, how to build those habits so that it's consistent. And we're also going to talk about cosmetic dentistry and how to get whiter teeth as well. I'm going to bring that up shortly, and you guys make sure that you take advantage of it because it is something that you guys want to definitely take advantage of. Let me get this up here. Da, 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 da. All right, before we are done, I'm going to put that up in just a few seconds. All right, so let's talk about how you and I met. You and I met because somehow somebody reached out to you on behalf of me to see if we could work together. Tell me from your perspective, how did this all play out?
Y'all, it's so funny because I was like tripping. So during my time on the show, I didn't really spend a lot of time on social media. The only time I was on social media is when I was updating my fans on what episode to look out for me on. After the show, my now husband and I, we moved back to California to try and network and expand our music career because he does music as well.
Okay.
One day I'm sitting outside and I noticed like Instagram has 50 other folders besides the one folder that I normally check my DMs in. So I decided to go through and see what I've been missing out on. This had been days, like I had been doing it for days by the time I came across this one message from a young lady. Is it Audrey or Aubrey?
Audrey.
Audrey, yes.
She was one of my early patients from the 90s. Don't even talk to her on a regular basis. We see each other on Instagram. So when she reached out, I was like, okay, hey girl, how you doing? And then she told me about you. So when you were on the show, you were like too busy to kind of get to your emails, or this one just kind of slipped by?
It was so much coming. You got to think about it. Like when America and people not even in America are watching you on TV, they're in real time. And at some point, some of it was real time. Like when we were doing the live episode, some of it was. So even if I did check, Instagram was instantly sorting folders how they felt about the person that was writing you. Oh, this is spam. This is filtered.
Oh yeah, that spam folder is tricky, girl. I forget about that because I'm used to just checking my primary folder, and then I'll go over to that spam Instagram folder, and there'll be some good stuff in there. So that's where I was, or my message was.
I saw her message. This is like now. So the show ended in May. I got eliminated in May, and the show also ended in May. So this is like September or October that I'm coming across this message.
Ooh.
How are you? I saw you on American Idol, and my friend, who's also my dentist, she's a celebrity dentist. Da, da, da. She's done people like Cardi B. I think that was who she mentioned. She would love to work on your smile. I told her about your story. Da 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 da. And I remember looking at my husband. And I was like, bruh. And saying that the same person that did Cardi B teeth want to fix my teeth, and I missed the message. I was like, oh,
it's too late, honey. You thought you missed that opportunity. I know. From May.
I don't even know if I want to write back. Like, did I blow it? Like, what if I write back and they be like, "Oh, Shawty, you had to get it while the getting was good," and
you ain't on the show no more, so we ain't interested.
And I just remember like, oh my God, I think I'll reply. Are they gonna say something? What's gonna happen? Da da da. And luckily, you were still like very much excited and interested to, get to know me and like, as you call it, shut the haters up. So I was like, look at God, won't he do it? Won't he do it?
I love, when I work with Cardi B, that was her main objective. She liked to shut people down. So I was like, oh, I did it once. I could do it again. I'm ready. I want to do this. And on my end, I was so happy when you responded. And it's probably like a blessing in disguise, because by the time you did respond, I had just taken a new job in Detroit, working with a mobile dental van, where we literally, for people who can't get to the dentist, we would pull up, go to their houses, go to their jobs, and gave them access to dental care. We took Medicaid, regular insurance. So I had like a team behind me. And once I went back to the team, it was like, yo, there's this young lady that I want to do the smile. And then I called my lab that does all the celebrity smiles in California, Frontier Dental, called them, and I was like, yo, can you give me a break on these prices? I want to do the smile makeover for Lady K. And they were with it. So I was like, man, I got the team now. When I first reached out, it was going to be all me and I would have did it. But then I had people who wanted to team up and really make sure that this process worked well for you. So everything happens for a reason. And so once I told you that the work was going to be done in a van, what did you think about that?
So at first I was like, okay, everything be true, and then there's a catch. So I'm like, a van, I had to understand it. Like, I had so many questions, like, where's the electricity gonna come from? Is this van gonna be like driving, and why are we bumping over speed bumps? Like, van instead of a dental office. Like, I'm petrified of the dental office. Like, am I gonna be claustrophobic in the van? Like, what is about to happen? Like, is the comfortable? I had a lot of questions, but when you broke it down to me, like what Care Mobile stands for, what you guys were doing, and the fact that I knew that I was going to be helping to be a part of something that goes out to the people who aren't as fortunate as somebody to just call an Uber or hop in a car or even have friends and stuff like that. It made me more open, and I enjoyed the fact that I was a part of something like that because it was personal to me, and I know so many other people that could benefit from something like that. So I had a lot of questions, but I was like excited to see how everything unfolded. Like, okay, yeah, Van, I bet you would be pulling up to a brick and mortar at some point.
Nope. And you said claustrophobic. Listen, y'all, we had about 20 people. We had about 20 people in this band. The band held some people.
Yeah, the van was vanning. Like there was a TV with Netflix. There was music. There was about 2 or 3 dental assistants. There was Doc. There was me, and we had a camera crew.
Camera crew. Yep.
Full chair, full setup with everything she needed.
The X-rays, like everything, just like you went to a dental office, right?
So she had the music going, like it was very and the heat and the AC and stuff like that. Like everything was up to par, and we didn't have to drive anywhere. There were no speed bumps. We were parked.
We pulled up to your Airbnb that we put you in, which turned out to be, what did you say? It was like a landmark or something.
And I saw a guy in my Airbnb, and like the movie was filmed in Detroit, and I saw them in my actual Airbnb, and I'm like, oh my god! So I stayed. And where I got my teeth, it was like so many things that I found out, and I actually think that's what triggered me to like hit you up and was like, "Hey, it's fixing to be my smile anniversary," and I just seen this on TV. So,
oh yes, yes. Hey, what did you think about the city of Detroit? You know, it is the city of Motown, and there's a lot of music history there. What did you think of my city?
We was outside, baby.
We were outside.
I loved being in Detroit, especially somewhere like it was snowing a little bit, so that was beautiful to me. Even though I hate the cold, the culture, the scenery, just the way things looked, the food, the park,
food.
the food in this spot we went to in 8 Mile was like so dope. One of the things I liked about it was hella people from Birmingham, Alabama in there.
It sure was.
Yeah, somebody they was calling out the area calls around me. I'm like, hold on. So what? Sidebar. You know what's crazy? The girl who you got to do my makeup, her family is from Alabama. And she was saying like a lot of people from Alabama had moved to Detroit because they opened up a car factory, and it was like,
Yes, a lot of people from the South came up to the Midwest to work in the factory. My entire family, except for me, worked for General Motors. So, and they were from Mississippi. So, yeah, that's crazy that you found that you had a lot of your folks from the South up in Detroit.
in the club singing and doing karaoke. Like these folks like, oh, hold up, this girl can sing. Is she from Alabama? So I made like some new fans and stuff.
Yes.
It's like I said, food was jumping, the party spaces was lit. Like it was an
We went
amazing.
to Motown Museum. We even went to go see Hamilton. We went to go see the play. We did a lot in 4 days. We did your smile. Wait, I forgot. We did your smile makeover in 4 days.
Even the makeover didn't take 4 days. Just us, like, you fly in, you settle in for a day. All right, we're gonna use this day to go and sightsee a little bit, and then this day is crunch time. Like we got my teeth, my baby shark, do 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 do. She drilled me an acrylic, temporary smile that looked just as great, and I went out bawling and eating with them like that was my real teeth.
Uh-huh. What did you think when you saw your new smile for the first time? I mean, you have waited for years for this new smile. What was that moment like when you looked in the mirror and you saw your smile for the first time?
So for me, there were so many emotions because, for one, imagine somebody telling you that the smile was going to take a minimum of 3 to 5 years and you did it in 12 hours.
Right?
Even though we were there for 4 days, the actual process of inserting my veneers was just a 12-hour process. Like Doc was like moving like she was playing Operation.
What you know about that game? Yes.
To get up in 12 hours, and I open my eyes and yeah, I'm swollen and I might not can talk, but I know that when I walk away from here, these teeth ain't falling out. I ain't got to pull these out. I ain't have to get none of the stuff that all these people told me that I was gonna have to do. No braces, because I'm also in braces. Like I hated the fact that they said I had to do braces, and I've heard
Yeah.
sometimes they have to break people's jaw to get the.
We didn't have to snip a muscle or anything like that.
And stuff, and it was done by a team, like you said. I don't know if you remember, but when you started my process, I was like, thank you for being obedient to God. Like whatever led you to even take your friend's advice and say, yeah, well, let me do it. Like you didn't have to do that. Like you're a celebrity dentist or whatever. So in my mind, I'm like, not only did she do it, but like you said, the timing was perfect because you just started with the dental band, and you also
Yeah.
people that believed in what you were offering that was a benefit to me. So I'm like, if nobody else knows how divine this is, I'm gonna make sure like somebody knows how divine this is, because in 2021 when I was setting my goals, I put that I wanted my teeth fixed, but I never talked about how, because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just let God have it. Like I don't know how, because all the time that I've done the research and went to these people, I got the runarounds, or I was just discouraged. But in the long run, it happened. So it was just as the
Thank you.
American Idol journey. Like I left.
The thing is, I don't call in favors. I don't, like when I ask for something, people know like it means something to me. I try not to abuse any of my relationships. So, and I just started with this company. They could have easily said no, but I I really believed in your story, and I just wanted to gift you like. I feel like having a beautiful, healthy, and confident smile is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And, the whole reason of me joining this band and this team was to get people access to care. So you were like the perfect person at the perfect time. And it was something that I really believed in. And I'm so happy that we did that. When you went back to, let's see, Instagram, and certainly when you went back to Alabama, what was the crowd response?
Well, you definitely got the job done by shutting the haters up, because now I'm not getting harassed in the comments. Like, I don't know, my teeth are messed up. Like, oh, I used to get stuff like, she can sing so good, but I just can't look at the screen while she's singing. Or, oh my God, like, does she know her teeth are like this? Like, nah, while I'm singing on the front facing camera, I don't see my
have no clue.
the audacity. Um, I didn't get any of those. I did get some of the guilt trips, like, oh, you said you never fixed your smile, or oh, I like the old smile better. You were more humble, as if like a tooth is gonna.
Like you, so they felt like you got conceited because you got your. I mean, I didn't see anything different.
I look conceited. Sometimes when people project stuff on you, like I used to hear from people all the time, like, "Oh, I thought you was one of those girls that thought you were all that," and I'm like, "No." Now that I'm older, I'm like, "No, you thought I was all that, and you didn't know how to handle it." But I never got.
Ooh, come on now, you think I'm all that? Love it.
For projecting that onto me, or oh, you said you weren't gonna fix your smile, and I'm like, y'all, we say things that are true to our reality at that time. I didn't think that I had the opportunity to fix my smile, so I was telling you what I believed at that time. But also, just like everything else, like I have the right to change. And I had to check a couple people, and I'm sure I lost fans. Oh, I liked you better before, but guess what, it's my decision, it's my
It's
life.
about you. And that's what I tell everybody out there. I get letters and videos and people that say, I want to get my smile done, but I don't know if my husband or I don't know how people are going to feel about it. And I said, this is the decision that is about you. This is one of the most personal decisions that you can make about your health and your confidence and your self-esteem. And ironically, if you guys have not been following me, I had a gap all my life as well. And I got braces in high school, didn't wear my retainer. I'm a terrible patient. Didn't wear my retainer. The gap opened up after 6 years of having it closed. And then I got the clear aligners to do it one more time, closed it up. Didn't wear my retainer. That's the thing about braces. A lot of people get braces and then they don't do what they're supposed to do, which is wear that retainer for a lifetime. And I am a bad patient. So once again, I had it closed. The gap opened back up, and then I was kind of like you. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to live with it. I think that's what God wants. I'm supposed to have a gap. And I was literally, Michael Strahan, who was on Good Morning America, for April Fools, his dentist here in New York City played an April Fool's trick on everybody on Good Morning America by temporarily giving him a close, like he closed his gap, but it was only temporaries. So on April Fools, he went on Good Morning America. The world went crazy because he has a notable gap. So when he closed his gap, I was like, I got on my podcast and I was like, Team Gap versus Team No Gap. And I was like, I'm Team Gap forever. And then for me, one of my colleagues called me because she was coming to New York to take a course at NYU on how to do advanced veneers. And her patient had canceled, girl. And she called me and she was like, do you know anybody that needs veneers starting Sunday? And I was like, I'll do it. And I just talked about how I was going to be on Team Gap forever. And then here I am, like 4 days later, I'm in the dental chair getting my gap closed. So I understand how it happens when the opportunity arises. I mean, sometimes I was like, now I want to have 5 dentists working on my smile. I don't know if it's going to, and this is like the original 1970s celebrity dentist. So I'm like, I know I'm going to be in great hands. I always wondered who was going to do my smile makeover if I got the veneers that I do on people all the time. And I was like, I got to go for it. And man, I don't know about you, but for me, it was the best decision ever, 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 ever.
And like, I don't know, like, or when I used to get like makeup done when my tooth was missing and stuff, I didn't like to get bold looks because I felt like my smile didn't match a bold face. Like, tone it down. I don't want to pop, and then when I open my mouth, it takes away from the look. Like a red lipstick or just any bright
red is that color.
Like, if you're gonna wear red when you part your lips, you better have the most beautiful smile ever. Because if you don't, it's like
it's gonna highlight whatever you have.
Red lipstick is on your teeth, and somebody has to tell you better have some pretty teeth. Like,
okay.
Like, I was scared of the red lip look. I was just scared of bold things because if you put on a ball gown and your hair isn't done and your makeup isn't done, it's like, why do you have this on? So that's how I felt about makeup and my teeth. So after, having my smile fixed, I thought about all the things that I could do. And that was a
Mhm.
because when you're always thinking about what you can't do, it's very limiting. It's a very discouraging energy. But when you could think about what you can do, you things done, but it's easier to manifest more things to do. So it was like instant, like positive remarks in my mind, just a natural, like confidence booster. And I was ready to put my face in the camera and sing so somebody can comment because, like, what are you gonna say now? Like, I'm not ugly, I can sing, and now my teeth are beautiful. Like, I don't just have a front tooth, I have a beautiful smile now. Like, what are you gonna say now? Besides like, share, and comment.
Yes, honey. And do you wear red lipstick now?
You guys to know, like the
Oh, no, listen, the first pictures you took, you had on red. It was Christmas time too, so it was perfect. You had on your red outfit and you had on your red lipstick. You did that red, honey. You made a statement.
and people don't understand like why that was so bold to me. Like my smile got fixed December 4th, and I had a video out by Christmas for
You
Christmas.
sure did.
So it was like it put me in that mode. Like, okay, nothing is holding me back. Now I don't need nobody saying, "Oh, we can't sign you because your teeth, your weight." Like I X'd all of those out. Like, what's the deal now? And I don't know. I feel good about it. Like I can't complain. And
Would you
nobody
do it again?
uh So I don't have to do it again, but because it was such a easy experience and I realized it ain't as terrifying as I thought, yeah, I do it again.
I love it. Well, I wanted to talk about a couple other options. I wanted to talk about the Carrington discount plan again and let everybody know. We just talked about braces and veneers and those advanced cosmetic procedures that if you have traditional insurance, they don't cover those things. But under the Carrington plan, girl, you get a discount on the veneers, the aligners, dental implants. So the things that if you do have insurance and they don't cover those things, or they have a restriction or a waiting period, some of the things that some people just don't enjoy, or you run out of money, you can have your Carrington discount plan and save tons of money, up to 60% off of some of those cosmetic procedures that aren't covered. And I know, like the veneers we did on you, Lady K, in New York City can range from $1,500. There is one dentist that's doing it for $4,000 per tooth. So having a plan that can shave some of that off is priceless. So I want you guys to click on this link, learn more about the Carrington plan, and get you and your family signed up. It is priceless. You can get started right away, and I want you guys to learn more. The other resources that I wanted to let people know about are dental schools. Dental schools are in most of the major cities across the United States, and they are resources that you can get low-cost dentistry. And the only thing is, it does take a little bit longer to get some of the services. But if you are on a low budget, and dental insurance can cost $400 a month. In New York, $600 a month for one person. And if you have a family and you just need access to dental care, in addition to Carrington, you can see a local dental student in a dental school, or even some hospitals throughout your city may have a dental clinic attached to it. They also have low cost and affordable dentistry. They also have emergency dentists that will see you if need be. But what I want to happen is not to go to the emergency room, guys, because they will not do anything but usually write you a prescription. But now you got Carrington as an option. You could call on the phone and get that. So I want you guys to just know all of your options. You got the Carrington discount plan. Of course, you could use insurance. You got dental schools. You got teaching hospitals. And then, if you guys are just really, really low on funds, I want to introduce you to a nonprofit called Mission of Mercy. And Mission of Mercy is a nonprofit that is nationwide. And get a load of this, guys. They have free dental days. And when I say free, I mean no money, zero, zip. The only catch is you got to be there first come, first serve. So the doors usually open up at 5 a.m. And if you're there, you're one of the early ones, you could get your teeth replaced, you could get your cleanings, you could get all types of services, extractions, all kinds of services for free. So for those of you out there to say, hey, even if I save 15 to 60% off, I still don't have that kind of money. You have the Mission of Mercy. I would go to their website, find out when they have free dental days. They're all across the country. And if there's not one in your state, you don't have to live in the state that they have these dental days. If you're about it and you want some free dentistry, you can literally get in your car and drive to wherever location and get the dentistry done. So I just wanted to share more resources for you guys. And if you have any questions, you can type those in the chat down there below. If you have any questions, I'll get, especially if you're watching the replay, if you submit your questions, your comments, all of that will come to me and I will answer your questions. And again, be your smile coach. And I really want you guys to join my community because I want you guys, I know one of the things that is helpful is when you have other people you could talk to and cheer you on as you are trying to make a change and better. It's like when you're working out, it's always great to have somebody that's your accountability partner. Well, that's what this Smile community, the 7-Day Healthy Smile Challenge and community is all about. I'm going to be your coach. I have like geriatric dentists. I got dental hygienists. I got some of my rock star friends in dentistry as my coaches. And we're going to help you just make sure that you have the most beautiful, healthiest, and confident smile. And this is all free, guys. So make sure that you hit that button, join the challenge. Every single day, you're going to get an email from me that's going to, and demonstration video that's going to show you how to brush properly, my favorite toothbrushes, what my favorite mouth rinse is, how to rinse your mouth properly, how to clean your tongue properly. A lot of people don't clean their tongue at all. We go over that. There's apps and things that you could use and download on your iPhone that you could track, just like you track your weight loss. You could track your smile habits. And then if you want to learn more about whitening your teeth and all types of cosmetic dentistry options that can help you smile again, I am so excited to be there for you and do this with you as we start a new journey of having healthy teeth. I have a slogan, Lady K. I have a slogan. I want America to smile again. I want to make America smile again and great again. Yes. So that's what we're doing here at the Let's Talk Smile podcast. As we get ready to wrap this up, what would you say to anyone that's out there that has felt held back because of their smile or had a similar experience with dentistry as you, and just feel like that there's nothing that can be done like you thought for many years? What would be your words to encourage someone about their smile?
So before I answer that, I want to kind of lead into that with something. One of the things that made me extremely comfortable with working with you while I was there, and that I think a lot of people should, follow you for, you can tell a lot about a person and their business by, how much they give. Like, I think we were talking about this the other day. You got some people that are just in it for the money. Like, dentistry pays me this. So they don't feel like they have to inform you how to clean your tongue. They feel like, oh, you should already know. Don't talk to me unless you book in or whatever the case may be. But the fact that you have a 7-day smile challenge and you have all of these resources that you're giving away for free to help people strengthen their teeth or improve their teeth or get knowledge on what their options are to take care of their teeth or to improve their teeth, that says a lot about who you are. Like, I feel so comfortable, and I feel like a lot of people will feel more confident about going out and getting the research about their smile or finding out what options they have or using the options that you just gave, like Carrington, dental schools. Like, I didn't know that you could just go into a dental school and just be somebody's
we got to learn somehow. We need patients to practice on, and it's all supervised. Like they have cosmetology schools, we have dental schools. So yeah, thank you for that.
Mission of mercy. And so, like, it's those are things out there that dentists aren't going out their way to tell people because they want everybody to come to them and spend their money or use their insurance. So I would say, with all of that being said, I would tell people to never give up on your smile. It, like you said, it's not a luxury, like it's a necessity. And when you look at it as a luxury, a lot of people don't feel like they deserve luxury, so they will cancel that out.
You better preach, girl. Yes.
If you look at your smile as something that has to be done, like you have to pay your water bill, you have to pay your power bill, you will find the information that you need because you look at it as something that is important and it needs to be done. A lot of people don't know certain teeth and certain diseases in your gums affect other organs in your body, like your liver and your kidneys and stuff like
Heart,
that. It is
strokes. People have died because of tooth infections, and that's how serious this stuff is, and why I have this challenge.
Want to be talking to people with bad breath. Bad breath is not just like, that's showing that the bacteria in your mouth is so bad that it's not only rotting your teeth or your gums, but it's starting to smell like
garbage.
People don't brush the roof of their mouth or don't brush their tongue or don't, floss or don't think that those detailed things are important just because you look like you have strong teeth. Like, you are allowing things to just grow in your mouth. Like, it's
yeah. And I always say, if you had bacteria on your arm, your leg, any other part of your body, and that soft cookie stuff that forms on your teeth every single day is nothing but bacteria. So if that was just sitting on your leg or on your face, you'd be like, "Ooh, get that bacteria off my face." Think of that when you see it in your mouth, guys. That's what you need to do. Get rid of it. Don't let it sit there and marinate. So,
like swapping their toothbrushes out. Like,
yes.
For 365 days a year. Like, and I feel like because you are giving people free information as well as encouraging them on how to get those things done, I would personally tell people your smile also, it's a necessity, not a luxury. Don't give up on your smile. No matter what smile you have to deal with, like, no matter if you can afford it or not, if you never get it fixed, like, don't close your mouth. Don't shut yourself away from opportunities because, like they say, a closed mouth don't get fed, a closed mouth don't get fixed either.
Okay.
Be confident about it. Don't let it get you down just because you have that smile. Like, you can't be quiet for the rest of your life. So that's one reason why I'm telling people, like, just embrace it. I remember going through the motions about my teeth, and I was like, you know what? Instead of people making me feel uncomfortable about my smile, I'm gonna make them feel uncomfortable. I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna make them wonder, how am I smiling like this? Because I can. My face isn't numb. Like, I can smile, and I'm going to until I have a better smile. And I feel like just having a positive energy about it will always help bring forth the resources that you need. And just because a dentist tells you one thing, get multiple advice from different
second opinions. Now, that is that is a very important tip because, we all come from different training backgrounds. We all have different philosophies. And don't just go with what the first person says. When somebody says, "Oh, Dr. Austin, I think I want to get a second opinion," I'm like, good. Because I want you to hear, like, if you hear it twice, usually that means it's the right thing. In your case, you heard the wrong thing a couple times, but you knew in your heart that maybe this wasn't right. So do your research. And the reason why I have this podcast and I do these things is because, unlike medical information, they write about it in the journals and your health magazines. You see, Dr. Oz is not on the air, but the medical shows never really talk about dentistry. I just think it's not ever really, people aren't educated. And so that's why I do what I do. And I have these platforms that I get on and I talk about dentistry and the buyer bewares and what you should do and what's new and what's hot, because I need to inform you guys guys, and it's super important. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate your words of encouragement. You are definitely a light and an inspiration, and I'm so glad that God brought us together, and I'm so glad to have the opportunity to do this premiere episode of season 3 with you. And I hope that we together change a lot of lives with this episode. And I definitely want to do, when I start doing some live podcasts and going around with this challenge and stuff, because this is just the beginning. Like, I want to start a movement, and I hope that you join me in this movement. I really would love to have you tag along.
And we're going to make America, period.
Yes. All right. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you tap those resources, join the challenge, discover Carrington and some of the other resources. And by all means, if you have any questions, you know what to do. You can go to my website. You can reach out to me on all social media platforms. Lady K, what's your social media?
You can find all the platforms at Music by Lady K or musicbyladyk.com. And if you can't find Dr. Austin on your own, you can hit me up, and I would definitely shoot you the links to her as well.
Well, we both Googleable, so Google us. Okay. All right, guys. Have an amazing rest of your evening, and I'll see you guys at the next episode of the Let's Talk Smiles podcast. Bye. Welcome to the VIP Smiles 7-Day Healthy Smile Workout Challenge. Are you ready for a beautiful, healthy, and confident smile in just 7 days? Well, if you ever wanted to kickstart your journey to a stunning smile, get ready, because this challenge is here to transform your smile into a winning smile. In just 7 days, you're going to uncover smile secrets that'll have your teeth looking fabulous. You're going to receive expert advice straight from a celebrity dentist. Picture this: you, a dazzling smile, and tips from the queen of smiles, Dr. Catrise Austin, that's me, all without spending a dime. Our 7-day challenge is here, and guess what? It is totally free. No hidden fees, just loads of good vibes and a journey to a healthier smile. We're going to make this journey a fun journey. Now, here are 4 reasons why you should join our challenge. You don't want to miss this. In just 1 week, you're going to experience bite-sized daily wisdom, which will be quick, practical lessons to elevate your oral care routine. You're going to get exclusive videos, which will be expert guidance from me right in your inbox every single day. You're going to have access to a supportive community where you'll have the opportunity to connect with fellow participants, share your experiences, and cheer each other on. And of course, what would a challenge be without having access to special offers? So join the challenge today, and you'll be on your way to a healthier smile. See you in the challenge.